So I'm making a platform today to store this hydraulic jack inside my headache rack in my semi-truck. Now I don't like to set it flat on the metal because it bounces around, plus it'll slide back and forth. I'm going to first lay down these 2x4s in the rack, and then I'm going to basically make it to where it sets down in there in between a bunch of these pieces of angle iron, and that'll stabilize it. So right now I'm just cleaning these up. Got my wire wheel on the grinder. Okay, we got all those cleaned up. Now I have to remember that the depth of that headache rack is no more than 7.5 inches. 7.5 is right here. That's not going to give us a whole lot of room on these sides to put the angle iron. I'm going to have to trim them a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the two pieces that are going to run the depth of the toolbox, and I'm going to cut them right at about 7, and that way there's a little bit of space and they're not going to be rubbing against that aluminum, rubbing a hole in it potentially. Okay, so some people are going to get onto me for what I'm about to do, which is using this grinder without the guard on it. Now I looked high and low for the guard. I can't find it. Don't use the grinder without the guard on it. Alright, that came out about right where I needed it, right at about 7 inches. Alright, for the next piece, all you need to do is just put the piece I just cut on top of it and just draw the lines. It's real easy. We got both the pieces cut. Now I want to make sure I space out the jack from these pieces, because you don't want it too tight or it might not set down in there. So next step is to measure the piece that goes in between here, and it looks like it's right at about 7 3/8. So on these next two, I'll just cut them both at the same time, and I just like to set it down on the vise to where it's even, get firm pressure on it, and then put it in the vise. All right, got everything cut where it needs to be. Now it's time to weld. I'm absolutely horrendous at vertical welds. Situations like this, just get it tack welded good enough, and then I can position it to where I can weld it best. Now I can get a good flat weld on it. And these aren't even the best welds in the world, obviously, but they'll do for this purpose. There you have it, boys. All right, so I got it flipped around. Here's how those welds came out. Now all I got to do is trim up these two pieces so it'll fit in there. Our depth of that headache rack is 7.5. The inside diameter of this is about 6 1/4. So that means we can only go another 1/2 inch here and another 1/2 inch here, and that'll give us 7 1/4, give us a little bit of wiggle room. All right, so we want to be right at about 7 1/4. Perfect right there, perfect right there. So I just want to make sure this jack fits in there like it should, and it doesn't. I got to trim some of these welds. Oh, perfect. All right, last step is to just clean it up and then paint it. Well, I should have drilled these holes before I painted it, but it's all good. I had to trim both the boards a little bit. I think that they'll fit now. A little tight, but I'm perfectly fine with that. Now I can go ahead and pre-drill some holes. Last screw. Right there. And I also put this piece over here just to kind of hold it in place.